Well, good evening, guys. One of the members gave me an idea. She said, why don't you start like adding some extra videos to your keto channel? You are the keto mechanic, but we all have lives as well, and we all deal with stress and stuff just like the next person does. So maybe you have some ideas that can help us get through times that don't necessarily have to deal with keto, and we can grab extra information from your channel and can help boost your channel. So I said, well, that would be a great idea. Tonight I want to show you how I go through the process of wow, it was a little bit of a circus, but you'll like the outcome. She's just got so much stuff. You know how women are, they got so much stuff, and she packs this closet full of just everything, and it ripped away from the wall because they didn't really put it up right, and I beefed it up quite a bit. She'll never have a problem again. And it wasn't done the best, but let me show you what I did. Pretty easy, cheap, no big deal at all. I think I spent like 20 bucks total to fix this thing, and it'll never come off the wall again. Check it out. Okay, what I've got for you here cost me $11.80. It is a zircon stud finder. Basically, I popped the 9-volt battery in there. I hit the little button right here on the side. It lit up. It's ready for stud scanning. Basically, stick it on the wall like so. Hold your button down. Start sliding. Okay, it's starting to pick up. It's getting close to a stud. Okay, it's at the edge right there. See the arrow pop up? Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's at the other edge right there. So I marked that arrow, and I marked that arrow, and then I split them in between. And I know I'm on my stud. Let's go check the ones they had in the wall. Okay, they had the hole right above where this is at right here. So let's start over here. We're going to hold it down. There is no stud where they put that at all. Where's the stud at? So there's the stud right there. They put the holes on the wrong side over here. That's how far away they are. Now we'll mark it and see if we got a stud. Let's do this. So they had it right here. There's no stud there. So let's go until we find a stud. Saying the stud is right here. I'm going to mark that, and then we're off of it. Stud, off of it. Stud. So we should, right where that mark is, we should have a stud right there. Let's see where the next one's at. Sometimes you gotta do it a couple times. Let's see again. So it's saying somewhere in there. So in between studs should be about 16 inches. Let's measure that and see. Sometimes they're a hair off, sometimes they're not. let's look at it and find out. Well, there's our first mark, and there's our second mark. They say 16-inch centers, and the reason they say 16-inch centers is because each one is not quite an inch thick. So we're right at 15 inches. So 15, 16 inches, somewhere there. That seems about right. Let's put a screw in it and see if that's where it's at. Okay, I've got a Milwaukee impact driver here. You don't have to use one of these. You can use a regular drill with a regular bit, but this is a Phillips bit and a Phillips wood screw. I got 1.25 inches. I don't want them too long. Let's see. Oh, battery's going low, so I'll have to put it on the charger for. Okay, with this in here, I had to take off all these brackets and stuff so I could actually start like adjusting this properly. And I had to pull all the extra screws and stuff out of it. But first, before I anchor this into the wall, I want to put some kind of supporting trim underneath that. And so what I'm going to do is I bought this stock here from Menards that's white, and it should match the wall pretty closely, not perfectly. And I want to use that stock to go up against the wall and help support it, so it's not like all on the hooks alone. So I'm going to start with measuring my wall. I want to measure from there all the way down, and then I'm going to cut that piece to that exact measurement. 88 inches. 88 inches. If you don't have an electronic gauge, you can get this thing called a stud buddy. And if you go to like metal corners and stuff, it'll stick to it immediately. But if you're on open walls like this, see, I've got the stud mark there, and I've got the stud mark there. You can find a stud just by dragging it across the wall. It just stops. It resists your hand, and then if you look where the stud's at, it's perfectly in line with this little stud buddy. And then you can just follow it right up. Or if you're mounting a TV, you can put this above the TV so you can see where you're going. So we're through. Got my 88-inch piece. Now let's flip the camera around. All right, now I've got my piece of like plastic like wood sitting up there, and that's going to be my new like anchor point to hold it down per se. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I'm fastening these this wood to the wall. You can see here I've already got 2 screws in there. I've got it set. I got my stud buddy hanging there. Okay, you can see how I found my other stud here. Right there. It just kind of stops. Then you just gotta follow it up and hope you hit it. One more. There we go. So as you can see now, I've got my piece ran all the way down. I'll worry about that in a second. I'm not worried about that right this second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use them old pieces that came out of it to anchor it to the actual board back there. I'll show you. So I'm getting a little crazy, adding in a little extra bracket so it can hold more weight. You'll see as I'm doing this. Now you can see what I did right here is I took a little extra piece that I had left over. Took a little extra piece that I had left over and I put it right there so it could support all this. And I'll show you, I reused the junk pieces back there and I just clamped back down. You can use just screws, you don't have to do it like I did. It's just how I chose to do it. And these are just L brackets that I ended up cutting little chunks of wood to make spacers. Now let's finish it all up. So this is like an eggshell white on the wall already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go I'm gonna go back and fill in those holes with some wood putty or some toothpaste. Okay, let's see what it looks like. There we go. It's all back up. And it's rocking and rolling. Paint is dried. All the little pieces back there I spray painted a couple times. Not perfect, but enough to dress it up. And she'll be happy when she comes home. Done and done. Be blessed, guys. Thank you.